Hey, yo, just want to let you know the first iteration of the official Sickos merch is up on runitbackphillyshop.com, and I'm giving you 20% off. All right, the promo code is Sickos20. Go to runitbackphillyshop.com. It's on t-shirts, hoodies, beanies. Use the promo code Sickos20 for 20% off. No, this lady does not come with your order. I'm sorry. You know, I wasn't going to talk about Patrick Beverley since he got traded away from the Sixers, all right? But I feel like I have to now because Patrick Beverley won't shut up about the Sixers. And I want to start this by saying I like Patrick Beverley. I like what he brought to the Sixers. The fans loved him. He had that tenacity, that dog mentality, that scrappy, just underdog fight in him that Philly fans absolutely love. And that's, you know, how he got to where he is and made an entire career in the NBA being undersized because he believed in himself more than anybody else did, okay? Also, Patrick Beverley being in Philly was great for the brand because he had the podcast with Roan, who's from Philly and is on Barstool Philly and all those types of things. So it was a match made in heaven as far as marketing and marketing a podcast, okay? Even their one merch item is a Sixers logo, which you got to get rid of now. He plays for the Bucks, you know what I mean? So Patrick Beverley feels a type of way after being traded, and now it all kind of they talk about on the podcast is Philly and the trade, and, you know, kind of he did the thing about what's different in Milwaukee, and he said players want to win here, and it's not just about stats. And everyone, is he calling out Embiid? Is he calling out somebody on the city? What do you mean? Plus, also, you guys are 3-7, you know, since Doc Rivers was hired, so everybody wants to win, really? Giannis was just quoted saying he doesn't watch basketball and doesn't know anything about the players that he's playing against. I'm not sure. He's just pulling things out of his ass now to try to say something nice about Milwaukee, but he won't shut up about Philly because it's the whole brand, and he has to continue to talk about Philly for his podcast to work. You know? Listen to this. Anyway, I was laughing at that, and so I clicked on Pat Bev Pod because I wanted to see, you know, is this really being branded as an NBA insider? And it is. It is. Pat Bev Pod is an NBA insider, apparently. Breaking NBA news. Daniel House Jr. is currently weighing his options between several Eastern Conference contenders, including the Atlanta Hawks. I'm fucking confused. I don't understand what's happening at all. When did Pat Bev become Woj? But anyway, I'm interested in this. This is what was said on the Pat Bev pod yesterday. Man, I'm on Kyle's ass when we play Philly. Straight up, Pat Bev. Whoever his editor is spelled the word straight wrong and didn't proofread it, and actually it made it all the way to the Twitter page. So if you want to be an insider, Pat, you know, you can step up your editing game, or whoever made the graphic, you know, fire him right now. Being on Kyle's ass is a little bit, you know, as my 8-year-old would say, hey, yo, you're sus. Kyle Lowry of all people, bro. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is, here's the clip, and then let's talk about what the point is. Just listen.
They also signed Kyle Lowry.
Nurse got his guy.
Kyle Lowry had already been bought out well before the trade.
Okay, I'm so confused. They're on here talking like Patrick Beverley was traded for Kyle Lowry, or like Patrick Beverley was replaced with Kyle Lowry. No, Pat, you were traded for Cameron Payne. Okay, Pat? I don't understand this level that you think you're on, but it's not that. You were traded for Cameron Payne, but let's continue.
Deadline well before your conversation in Denver. Everybody in the Philadelphia media, every fan knew that there was some kind of connection between
Yes, because it has nothing to do with Patrick Beverley.
Kyle Lowry. So I kind of just don't buy the fact that this was this completely unforeseen thing.
But I respect it.
The Patrick Beverley trade was an unforeseen thing. The signing of Kyle Lowry was not unforeseen. They are not related at all, no matter how much Patrick Beverley wants to put himself on that level.
Right? Doc came and got his guy.
Right.
Me.
You.
Yeah, Pat. You were the missing piece. You were the missing piece, Pat. Yeah.
Nurse went to go got his guy, Cal. But now
One of these guys is a multiple-time NBA All-Star and champion, Pat.
I see Nurse hand, man, I'm on Cal ass when we play Philly. Straight up. That's just how I go.
Yeah.
Now, here's the funny part. Listen to what Roan says at the end.
That's just how I go. Like, how dare you? But say less.
February 25th, but no one's keeping track.
February 25th, but no one's keeping track. Roan said that sarcastically. The funny part about it is that you're actually right. No one's keeping track. Patrick Beverley is acting like he was the star of the Philadelphia 76ers, and he got traded. And now his return to Philly is going to be this big national news, and the fans are going to be all, oh my God, Patrick Beverley's coming. Bro, what? You're not James Harden. You're not even Ben Simmons as far as popularity and polarity and coming back and the fans caring. Nobody gives a fuck, Pat. We like you. We like what you did here. We'll applaud you when you come back here. It is not this polarizing topic that you have created in your own mind. Patrick Beverley, please shut the fuck up. You're going to have to talk about something other than Philly for this podcast to work, bro. What are you going to talk about? The Bucks? Nobody wants to hear that. Roan doesn't want to talk about the Bucks. He's from Philly. You got to end the pod, Pat. You got to end it. You got to do it. It's over. You being a Sixer was the whole reason this podcast made sense. It's over.
Yeah.
February 25th in Philly, but nobody's keeping track.
That's going to be a good.
And speaking of the Bucks and Doc Rivers, I could have made several videos still talking about Doc. I chose not to because I've said for years, I've explained in detail how I believe this guy's a delusional, narcissistic maniac. Now his comments over the weekend making more excuses. You've just heard excuse after excuse after excuse with the guy throughout his whole career. He comes to the Bucks, they stink it up. He immediately starts making more excuses, how it's hard to take a coaching job halfway through. I mean, it's sad. The Bucks have to fire Doc Rivers. It's only been like 3 weeks, and they have to fire Doc Rivers. I don't know how owners keep hiring Doc Rivers, but anyway, I've been saying this for years. Finally, somebody on the national stage told the truth about Doc Rivers, and it was none other than JJ Redick.
Conference. Side note, real quick, no one's going to react to Doc's audio there. We've been 7 minutes since we showed that audio. Nobody's going to react to Doc's audio.
Do you want me to get it repeated for you?
You don't have to repeat it. We don't have to repeat it.
I can repeat
I've seen the trend now. I've seen the trend for years.
What's the trend?
The trend is always making excuses. Doc, we get it. Taking over a team in the middle of the season is hard. It's hard. We get it. Just like getting traded in the middle of the season is hard for a player. We get it. But it's always an excuse. It's always throwing your team under the bus. They lose to Memphis. Oh, it's his players' fault. Memphis was playing G League guys and two-way guys. And then you look at his quotes over the weekend. Now he wants to take credit for the James Harden trade to the Clippers working out. He wants credit for that. There's never accountability with that guy.
Well,
there's never accountability.
Well, let me say a couple of things. Number one.
Finally, someone said it. Finally.